Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our founder, CEO, and producing artistic director, Kristen Coury.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Sit down. My goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sit down, sit down. Or stay standing and give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves the standing ovation. Because guess what? We did it.
Good job, JB.
We did it, we did it. Somebody's mic is alive, and we wanted to shut it off. I just want to say, back in the day, 21 years ago, almost to this day, I had the dream of starting Gulfshore Playhouse. And though the government asked me to fill out 2 pieces of paper, one was a mission and one was the short and long-term goals. For whatever reason, looking back, I wonder, why did I know right from the beginning that the short-term goal was put on a play, and the long-term goal was to build a beautiful theater and education center? Really, literally, I have the piece of paper that I wrote in 2004 that says this: a 400-seat main stage, a 150-seat studio, and all the classrooms and engagement spaces necessary to have a beautiful, full-fledged professional theater. And when I think back, why did I know that? I knew that because infrastructure is important. You don't have great theater if you don't have a great theater to put it in. You need fly space, you need wing space, you need places for the orchestra to play, you need places to rehearse and for actors to warm up. And so that made sense to me in terms of the practicality of it. But the thing that I didn't know, and I didn't actually even really expect, and silly me, right? I should have actually realized this, but it wasn't until we opened, we had our unveiling on October 17th, and we opened on November 1st with Anything Goes, and it wasn't until we opened that I actually realized the civic contribution that we together made when we funded and opened the Baker Theater and Education Center. Jay is here with us tonight, and Patty is unfortunately ill and is not with us tonight, but we thank you, Bakers. We thank you so, so much for making this possible. But I thank you all. So many of you in this room contributed. Board members, if you're a board member, stand up. We can't see you, but stand up, because energetically we're here with you. Board members, donors, sponsors, patrons, together we made this dream a reality, and it is so exciting. And so I want you all to know that every day when people are coming in and marveling at the beautiful building and saying, this changes the face of nature. I had someone that changes the face of Naples. I had someone come to me and say, this makes me proud to live in Naples. I thought, oh my God, this is so exciting. Because the thing I never realized about the building, the reason why I never realized it, was because, yes, I knew it would stand as a beacon of the arts at the gateway to downtown, and I said that 1,000 times, and I was excited about it, and I dreamed that it would be a temple to the gods of theater, for whom I feel I work, as well as Steve Aiken, and. But what I also knew, the secret was, and I said part of this at the opening night, I think, of Anything Goes, is that the theater was actually just the vessel to make the things that are going to change your life possible. When I said way back when we started to design, I wanted the 3 main spaces that you could access from the lobby to be the Moran main stage. Well, we didn't know it was the Moran main stage at the time, but the main stage, the studio theater, and the rehearsal space, the main rehearsal space. My consultant said, you're insane. And I said, why? And he said, because no self-respecting professional theater would have their rehearsal space off of the lobby. You put it in the back with bad finishes and linoleum on the floor and whatever. And I said, the thing you don't know, sir, is that, because you don't live in Naples, is that there aren't enough spaces like this for people to gather. And we don't have piazzas anymore, so it's exciting to have a place. Our gardens, our lobbies open all day from 10 to 5 every day. And you can come in and have a drink, a little bite to eat, or just enjoy yourself with friends and talk. And that's an exciting thing to create, as well as the wonderful professional theater and education that we're putting on our stage and offering in our classrooms day in and day out. I want to tell you about Wednesday. This is what I mean when I say that the building is the vessel. So this Wednesday happened a couple weeks after we opened Noises Off, so it was early on. Stephen Kalakos, our Director of Education, who you just saw in the video, and I were teaching a corporate training about how to make a good speech. We were teaching like 16 people from Arthrex came to us to find out how to have good stage presence. So we taught them. And while we were teaching them, we had for the first time 2 shows running in a matinee. It was Every Brilliant Thing and Anything Goes. And that was exciting enough. Except we got done with the corporate training at 5 o'clock, and I went to have dinner with the designers of Every Brilliant Thing because we were in previews at that time. Came back and did a talk back with the designers in one room, while a pre-show for Anything Goes was happening in another room. And then I heard singing, and I heard people singing, "Blow, Gabriel, blow," these beautiful soprano voices. And I thought it was because we had an understudy going on that night, and there was rehearsal happening. But actually what it was our kids rehearsing for the youth edition, the Anything Goes youth edition, which we did shortly after we closed the professional show, right on the same professional set. And as I'm coming down the hall, I run into Trevor, our wonderful music director for tonight, who was also the wonderful music director for Anything Goes, and they're warming up, and the orchestra's getting ready to play. And as I come downstairs, I have to make a speech because the understudy was going on, so I have to go make a speech in Anything Goes, and I cross through Struthers Hall, and there's another rehearsal going on for Wizard of Oz, for the littles. And then finally, our preview of Every Brilliant Thing, and I was like, this was the dream. That's the dream. Think about how much we can bring to your lives, right? How much joy that will bring, whether it's your kids, or you're coming as an audience member, or you're taking a class. We've got all these lectures, and Gail Pastor is teaching Shakespeare and Beckett, and we've got Paint and Sip, we've got yoga and Zumba. I mean, there are things happening at Gulfshore Playhouse, and I'm just so excited. And even this week, we had the Captains for Clean Water on Monday night. We had Crescent Capital and their people on Tuesday night. We had an opening for Noises Off on Thursday night. This was the dream, and this is so exciting, and it's thanks to all of you. And I want you to know that you know us. You met several of our staff members, either in person here or on the video. You just saw our board members. You've met our wonderful family of people here, and you know us. You know we're working really hard to bring you top-notch, world-class professional theater and wonderful educational opportunities and excellent customer service and great galas. And we're not going to stop working. Now you know the truth. We're an institution. We're not going anywhere. So, but here's the thing, with great power comes great responsibility. With great buildings come great budgets. And so, our budget literally grew 50% from last year in the Norris Center to this year in the Baker Theater and Education Center, which is no surprise, really, right? I mean, when you go from to woo, then it costs a lot of money. And it costs us $1 million a year just to bring all of these wonderful professional actors from New York. Not paying them. I'm not even talking about paying them. I'm talking about planes and apartments to put them up in, and cars to give them to drive, and the amenities that we need to pay for. So it's a costly venture, but that's how we get the Broadway quality of art that we are putting on our stages every single night, sometimes in 2 spaces at once, which is even more exciting. And so I hope that if you love us, and even if you only just like us a little bit, I hope that you'll be generous, because I hope that you can feel the excitement that Gulfshore Playhouse is bringing to Naples, and hopefully, more importantly, the joy that it is bringing to your individual lives. I hope that you've been touched, that you laughed or you cried, that you've been moved to tears, or just filled with gratitude and happiness over what you're seeing on the stage, or a class that you took, or an interaction that you had. Because we're going to keep doing it for a long, long time. And with your generosity tonight, we will continue to be able to dream big dreams and to execute those dreams. So thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for your generosity and support. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.